Warning, this content contains foul language, violence, and gore. Enjoy the story. Hi guys, this is Ravenclaw What If. Welcome back to another What If story. Last time on What If Deku is Accelerator. As several of the young heroes slowly gets teleported away as Beast Boy, Starfire, Blackfire, Miss Martian, and Scarlet. They're all transported to a war world, where eventually, out of options at the moment, as they were forced to play ball with Mongol, as Izuku, aka the Accelerator, he was more than happy to play ball as long as he got something out of it. As the idea of fighting the most two powerful beings in the universe intrigued him. That's as far as he knows. He finds them, but judging by how Mongol talks about Darkseid and Brainiac, he can see the respect but fear behind Mongol's eyes. So he believes these are the most powerful beings that he knows of currently. As he agreed with the deal with Mongol, so Scarlet was not willing to work with him, but she tried to interfere, so Izuku used his vectors as she went flying back a little bit, as Izuku told her to stay out of his way. As we cut back to the Justice League, as everyone's busy on the space station trying to locate the children, as John's been trying to make contact with Miss Martian through, telekinesis that, they both have. Yeah, the Martians, so you know their abilities. The only weakness they have is pretty much fire, so. I'm not sure if the White Martian has that weakness as well. I'm not totally sure. I don't know if. I know they're from the same planet, but from two different species, so I don't know. Well, let's just say fire, hurts her as well, so let's continue forward. As Lady God is trying to track down the teleportation crumbs that was left behind after they teleport each of the young heroes, the future heroes, or heroes in training, or pretty much whatever they have. Teen Titan is pretty much a little hero team for young adults. So until one day, a Mongol shows up on all their monitors as Superman. What do you want, Mongol? I believe you're searching for your missing children. I know where they are. I originally were going to lure you over to War World, but plans have changed. Darkseid and Brainiac are heading towards Earth as we speak. Where's my daughter, Mongol? Don't worry, Superman, she's unharmed. I had to depower her for a little bit using yellow kryptonite, but don't worry, she's fine. As Lady Nagant gets up, where is my son? Mongol, was it? Mongol, And who was your son? Izuku. He, you might know him. He goes by other name, by Accelerator. Mongol has a bright smile. The mention of Accelerator. Don't worry, so you're the mother of that boy. I must applaud you how you raised him. He's a good kid. Accelerator is the only human that I respect outside of your normal Kryptonians. He's the most vicious, cruel, savage human being that Earth has ever produced. I've seen his powers firsthand. He's the perfect candidate to fight Darkseid. I will return your children. I'll be transferring them pretty soon. As long as you agree on a temporary alliance, Superman. I will help you take down Darkseid and Brainiac. Wipe them clean from this world. Then we'll go on our separate ways. Originally was going to use you people, then blow your planet up after I was done. But considering this is Accelerator's homeworld, I will spare it. I've taken quite a liking to the boy. Everyone eventually gets transported back to Earth after about 30-40 minutes as Izuku's inside, as he's in Metropolis with Blackfire and Starfire and all the rest of the people that was taken as Mongols standing in front. Izuku looks up as he sees two humongous ships entering the atmosphere. As he sees it, it's far away distance, but it's heading to Metropolis, as it's Brainiac's ship was one of Darkseid's battleships. I don't have a picture of Darkseid's battleships, but as Izuku sees a huge ship with a some sort of humongous metal skull with tendrils. As parademons come out of the one of Darkseid's battleships, as they come out like a fleet of locusts, as Brainiac has his, I forget what they're called. I don't know what they're called. As Brainiac released all his robotic battle droids. What Brainiac has for soldiers. A humongous a humongous boom tube opens up about, let's say, in eyesight of Izuku, but pretty far away. Though as Izuku's standing on the hilltop as he sees Brainiac and Darkseid come out. As Izuku sees Superman and Supergirl flying through the air, heading strictly towards Brainiac and Darkseid. As the rest of the people start charging in, as Izuku's staying behind to observe the battlefield to figure out somehow if he's even able to change the vectors to reflect a Omega beam. He was told about it by Mongol. Mongol had some experience dealing with Darkseid beforehand. As Blackfire kisses Izuku in the cheek, well, dear, I'll be back. I'm gonna have a little fun. As she flies off and starts battling the parademons and the Brainiac droids or drones. As when Lady got saw Izuku, she rushes over there and gives him a big hug. I saw. Thank God you're alright. Ease up, Mama. I'm fine. Hey, aren't you joining in the battle, son? I know you want to. I will, eventually, Mom. But I need to figure out his vectors. Once I could figure out the vector to use to neutralize that Omega beam, then I'm going to observe until then. It shouldn't take me long, Mom. Izuku finally sees Darkseid use his Omega beams as try to hit Superman, as Superman is charging right through the beams as he begins throwing waves of vicious combinations at Darkseid. When Superman got close to Darkseid nailed him right in the face with a right hook, a vicious right hook, as Superman goes flying, as he appears behind Supergirl as he knocks her upside the head fat. Oh, sorry. He karate chop her side of the head as she goes flying into the ground. As Darkseid just hovers down to the ground. As immediately Mongol came in as he socked Darkseid right in the face. As Darkseid did not move one bit. As he right hooks him. As Mongol goes flying in the air. As Darkseid appeared above Mongol as he stomps him both his feet into the ground. As he leaves a big crater. While Darkseid's standing on top of Mongol. As Mongol tries to crawl away, as Darkseid grabs him by the neck, lifts him up in the air. Immediately, he closes his fist, breaking Mongol's neck as he tosses the body like it was trash, skidding across the ground. Izuku the whole time, come on, use your Omega Beams, you goddamn stupid overgrown ape. As Izuku's getting impatient, as he wants to battle him, but he has to wait. This whole time, his activities hasn't gone unnoticed, as Brainiac has been keeping an eye on Izuku alone. As he's been staring at Izuku the whole time. As Izuku sees several of the Superman did get back up, so did Supergirl, as they come rushing back into the battle, as he immediately starts using his Omega Beams, trying to blast them away. As Izuku's been just trying to figure out the formula of his vectors to see if it's even possible, as Mongol believes it is. As you have Lady Nagant hasn't been doing nothing. She's been shooting at the parademons, any droids that got, or bots, sentries got anywhere near Izuku and her. It's immediately when Darkseid did his last little Mega Beam hitting Superman as he goes flying across the sky. As Izuku as Accelerator smiles. Well, time to get to work. I'll be back, Mom. Be careful, son. Don't worry, I'm always careful. I know that's a lie, dear, but just be careful. I will, Mom. Don't worry. Let's introduce myself to these villains. By this time, Blackfire is getting into came across Darkseid as she began fighting Darkseid, as she was doing good for a while until Darkseid started getting the upper hand, as he has his hand around Blackfire's neck, ready to snap her neck at any time. Hey, old man. Name Accelerator. I'm the one to be beating your ass today. Drop the girl. Interesting. What will you do if I don't? What? The almighty Darkseid is afraid to get his ass kicked by a kid? You would be quite intimidating if you weren't so laughable. Intriguing. As he tosses Blackfire, she goes straight into a building. Let's see what you got. Accelerator, was it? That it is. I'll give you the first shot. As he points to his chin. As Darkseid's giving him a free shot, as Accelerator has a very vicious smile across his face. Darkseid was impressed by Izuku's speed as he appears in front of Darkseid as he uses his vectors to accelerate. As the moment he punches Darkseid, as Darkseid goes flying across the sky, flying across the street, hitting several buildings. Immediately, Izuku stops his feet as rock pillars come shooting out of the air, hitting Darkseid even higher. As Darkseid's flying in the air. As Izuku disappears as he's in front of Darkseid. As immediately he puts his hands together as power power strikes him down into the ground, using both his fists at the same time. Izuku slowly hovers down from the vectors. He's able to fly, so that's a thing. I totally forgot he's able to do, but nevertheless. Darkseid, at the moment, Darkseid gets up as Izuku still has that cocky grin on his face. As you have Izuku as he's standing between two cars, as he places his hand on the metal. As the moment he let go of the car, the moment he puts his hand, the moment he took his hand off the car, as the cars go flying straightly at Doomsday as they blow up on impact. No, a thought occurred to me, Darkseid. I wonder what type of bioelectricity you have. I'm dying to find out. As Darkseid screams, I had enough about this kid. I will be not made a fool of by a little punk like you. As Darkseid comes rushing at Izuku, as immediately he got to his range, as Izuku just casually swipes his attack away like it was nothing. As immediately he pushes Darkseid using the vectors as he goes flying into a car as it explodes. As you have Izuku yawning like he's bored. The Darkseid gets up as he uses Omega Beam straightly at Izuku. As Izuku just twists his wrists as a paradigm was shooting right at the beam, destroying his own ally. As Izuku's laughing his ass off. Is that all you got? Oh, mighty Darkseid? Little punk. As Darkseid rushes as he reflects it with his vectors again, over and over again, as Darkseid is getting irritated as he's pounding on, trying to land a hit on Izuku, as each time he can't get past the vector control, the vector field. As Izuku's having a cocky smile the whole time. You almost got me there. Maybe you want to try harder. You see Superman in the air. Don't worry, Soups, I got this. You handle the Frankenstein over there. I'll handle Mr. I'm taking having a leather fetish a little too far. As immediately Darkseid uses his Omega Beams again. As it passed through his vector. He hasn't totally figured it out yet, but yeah, he's getting close. As immediately he throws another parademon at it. Because it was gonna churn and try to hit him again, so Darkseid's directing it towards Izuku, so he can't escape it. But as Darkseid continues doing that, as Izuku's reappearing, disappearing all around the area, dodging the Omega Beams as he's flying in the air. As well, Darkseid was throwing his Omega Beams as he wasn't paying attention to his surroundings. As two parallel pillars. Oh, no, sorry. He wouldn't be able to do that because he's not on the ground. So, scratch that, guys. As he's flying around, as he's using wind pressure to try to hit Darkseid. As it pierces his cheek from the wind blade. He sees Superman and Supergirl flying past him. As Izuku didn't have enough time to react, as a silver tentacle wraps around his waist as it flies him across the sky. As Izuku was caught off guard that he actually got through his barrier. As Izuku sees, Brainiac, Darkseid, I'll handle this one. Are you looking down on me, Brainiac? No. He is a bad match for you. Nonsense. As Darkseid shoots his Omega Beam, as immediately it shoots right at Izuku as it reflects off of him before it could get even any closer to his skin. As Izuku starts laughing. Oh, I got you now, Baldy. I have the vectors. I figured out the formula. I figured out the equation. The hell is he talking about, Brainiac? Apparently, this human has somehow able to control the vectors. I do more than just change the vectors. As immediately, dark wind starts rolling around his arms as he's charging up for a plasma blast or a plasma attack. He's able to regenerate plasma through the wind. As it shoots at Darkseid and Brainiac, as they both get out of the way. As Darkseid wasn't fast enough, as he gets shot, as he goes flying across the street, hitting through several buildings. He stares down at Brainiac, and you don't seem fully robotic. That means you have blood. As Izuku has a as he has a evil grin on his face. A short pause. I'm using not the robotic Brainiac version in this. There's a couple of versions of Brainiac where he's actually alien. He was actually from a he was from an alien race. I've I've watched some videos on his backstory to get the grip of the character a little more. Yeah, so he's half robotic, and this is the real Brainiac, not one of his decoys in this universe. So this is the real thing. So immediately, Izuku is near all sorts of objects. As maybe he touches some pipes as he goes flying towards Brainiac, as Brainiac knocks out of ways with his tendrils. A very intriguing specimen. I shall study you thoroughly. You think I'm going to be a little lab rat? I highly doubt that. You're going to be nothing but a puddle of blood when I get done with you. I want to know how you got past my vectors. Simple, Earthling. I know your vectors are... Indeed, vector control is very powerful. But it has one major flaw. You have a millisecond of a opening when you're switching from one equation to another. That's your weak spot. Only someone with my intellect could to exploit that small opening. After all, my intelligence is on a higher degree than you humans are. Immediately, Brainiac begins attacking with his tendrils from long range. As finally Izuku caught one of them, as he rips it off him, as he smacks him across the face with it, as Brainiac goes flying. Before I kill you, Brainiac, I'm going to enjoy to see if something like you has some bioelectricity. See what it does. Consider this is a experiment. Immediately, Brainiac begins attacking again, but it's not getting past his vectors, as Izuku has tweaked it. As it's become a, intelligence versus intelligence game. It comes to the fact where if Izuku's fast enough to change the equations fast enough for Brainiac to not keep up. As he's doing okay for right now, but Brainiac is slowly getting past his vectors. You have Izuku increase his speed, as Brainiac's having a hard time keeping up with his speed. As slowly each tendril is being destroyed one by one. As the accelerator appears in front of Brainiac and slams him right in the face with his fist as he goes flying as accelerator appeared behind Brainiac as he's flying, as immediately he hits him again as he goes flying into a building, head first, or face first, and planting into the side of the building. Immediately, Izuku slams his hand into Brainiac's. Well, actually, yeah, he holds the back of his head. That's into the building. As immediately, he begins fiddling with the bioelectricity, what's left of his body. As Brainiac starts screaming, "Wait, kid!" As Izuku gets out of the way, as Wonder Woman goes in for the finishing shot, as she sliced Brainiac in half. As immediately, the rest of the heroes the rest of the Teen Titans, did appear as they begin to destroy every bit of Brainiac as possible. As Brainiac was forced to take one of his spare bodies in his ship, as he immediately took off, as, yeah, he's gonna be back, but yeah, they've, there's no reason to continue this battle. It's not in Brainiac's favor. Izuku seeing everyone stand off against Darkseid. As Darkseid looks at the row of opposition, as his troops are mostly gone, as he knows he can't win this. He probably could if he gave the effort, but it's beneath him to do so much effort to conquer one simple planet. You won this time, Superman, but I'll be back. As before he leaves in the boom tube, as he looks towards Izuku. You, human, what is your name? Name's Accelerator. Remember this day, Accelerator. I spared you out of mercy. But if you cross me again, I will destroy you. As Darkseid, eventually leaves. Immediately, Izuku turned away to check up on Blackfire as she's still unconscious. As he lifts her up, as he picks her up, as she, suddenly, sorry to gain, consciousness. And she's like, what happened? Where's Darkseid? Oh, don't worry, he left. He had his tail between his legs. Oh well. As immediately she grabs Izuku's shirt as she kisses Izuku on the lips. As everyone's seeing that, Superman and all the heroes turn to Blackfire as Starfire goes to her sister. As Izuku puts her down. Sister, please, don't start anything here. Don't worry, sister, I have no issue. I have no plans to start trouble here. I'm only going to stick next to Accelerator over here. After all, I've taken a special liking to Accelerator. I'll be sticking around him, so don't worry. I won't cause any trouble. You have my promise. Superman. As long as no one interferes with me spending time with Accelerator, we're all dandy. As Lady Nagat gives Izuku teasing him, as she's like, well, apparently you've been doing a lot more than fighting. You've been up to a lot of things while you're away. Whatever. As Izuku walks off, with Blackfire wrapped around his arms. As they go flying off somewhere. As Lady Nagat's letting him, have some have some R&R as the rest of the Justice League and the Teen Titans take care of the rest of the cleanup work. As the Wonder Woman, aren't you worried? Isn't he your son? And she is known to be a quite the formidable, strong villain. Are you afraid she's going to corrupt him? Corrupt my Izuku? No, that boy's something else. Don't worry. It's interesting to see him as a villain, but I am his mother, so I'm gonna make sense. Don't worry, I have no suspicions that she's going to trying to turn his allegiance. She seems, by the look of her, how she interacts with Izuku, seems like she genuinely cares in some fashion. But I'll keep an eye on him, as a mother should always do. It's nice to see you, Diana, again. Well, if you don't need me, I'm gonna go head home, and I'm gonna to get dinner ready, because oh, my son's home now, so please excuse me. As we're probably gonna stop our episode off there. I hope you guys have a good night and day. Judging my time sounds alright. I'll check you guys in the next video.